in time frame, so I don't know uh, when to trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time frame do you use?
Yeah,
Hello. Can you
yeah,
hear me?
yeah. Now I can, yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, so what was your question?
Yeah, I'm asking. I don't understand when to trade.
Okay, what time frame do you use?
Like 30 minutes.
Okay. What time frame do
Mm.
you use for your zones?
Usually I use 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Okay. You should be using the 15 minutes, okay? I mentioned that in the video for the advanced
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah, I checked on 15 minutes too, but I don't know when to trade. Like in London session, in New York session, and whenever I always start my looking for charts, and it's like I missed my entry, and I just confused. At the
Okay.
what is the perfect time to trade?
Okay. The perfect time to trade is dependent on the pair you're trading. Okay.
Okay,
So it depends on what pair you want to trade, what time frame, what pair, and then of course when their market opens. Okay. So if you're trading
okay.
something like the New Zealand dollar, sorry, the Australian dollar and the USD, you need to understand that you're
Mm-hmm.
trading the New York section, that's for USD, and the Asian section for AUD. Okay, so those are the two perfect time to trade.
Asian session.
Yeah, for AUD, that's when does the Australian market opens and when the US
Mm-hmm.
market opens. Okay, so let me just put in something for you that's very
But
easy. So this is a
okay,
session for the
okay,
session. Okay, so all you have to do is to select US, that's New York, and Tokyo. Okay,
okay,
so those are the time you want to trade. Okay, so you could see, let me zoom in a
okay.
little, so you could see like here, you see this was the US open and then the market started buying, right? This was what, Tokyo.
Okay.
There wasn't much movement, a little bit movement, and then a pullback. You could see there was nothing in between here.
Yeah,
So pullback, and this was the US,
yeah,
Tokyo, and there was a consolidation. US up, Tokyo consolidation, US up, Tokyo consolidation, and USD consolidated for that day, but Tokyo went up, USD came down. So those are the time to look for setup. Okay, so if you set up
okay,
your if you set up your zones, right, you'll be looking to trade at those times. Okay,
yeah,
so all you have to do is set up your
okay,
zones and look to trade at those times. So you could see this trade I got last week. It was right after the US Open, after the news, you see. So
yeah,
it went to break this level, right? It broke this level,
yeah,
and then most people, breakout traders will sell here, right? Because it was a breakout. Then it went
yeah,
back
yeah,
up to take them all out, okay? So,
yeah,
but how to take the zones is very easy. I taught you that, right? All you have to
yeah,
do is zoom in, and then you look for this. This is what you're looking for, right? This is what you're looking for. See this? This is what you're
okay,
looking for, right? So
all right,
you see how it worked? It came here. This could be your take profit also. So you know if there's a Tokyo open here and then the price was right below here, you notice it didn't break out of that level. When it came here, went back down, okay?
yeah,
You can see it was respected again, okay?
yeah,
Now you can
okay,
see when it broke here, it came back to retest.
Okay.
Then during the US Open, shut up. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So it's both timing and your zones. You need to know where your zones are, what to look for, what to expect. Now, let me show you this. Now, this is from my setup here. You can see I have a lot of zones. This is because I've been taking zones for the past months. And you could easily see that wherever there was a zone, too many zones, there was a lot of consolidation. You see this?
Yeah.
So you could see the
So many
consolidation,
zones.
right? So you
Right.
see for Friday, the price came here and then I actually bought around this time, right before the US Open. So you can see the price went up, came back down, and then took out the low. So if I had my stop loss at this low, I would have been taken out, right? So you want to keep your stop loss
Yes.
in between. So let's say you take a low risk and then it goes against you and comes here. This is another perfect opportunity to buy. But you're looking for timing. This was right around the US Open and the price just shot up. And I still expect this to continue buying because I taught you guys about the market sentiment, right? Buyers and sellers. Am I right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are still
Yes.
trying to sell the Australian dollar USD. And you can see it's still going to keep buying because a lot of people want to sell. They feel it's the right time to sell. The USD is weak, right? USD is weak, so I still expect it
Yes.
to come to this level first. So like I said, it's mostly dependent on what time, what pair you want to trade, right? So
Right.
depending on what pair you want to trade, you decide, okay, I want to trade the Australian dollars or the US dollars, GPB, whatever you decide to trade, you have to be sure to know what time that market opens. And you only have this, which is London session, New York session, Tokyo session,
Bro.
Sydney.
Bro, how to insert this session on my chart?
Okay, you could
This
search
this
for an indicator that gives you all those, right? You can search for an indicator that gives you all those, right? So I'm having somebody join us, so I hope you don't mind. So I think she should just join
No,
us, so we could
yeah,
just
it's
do
no
this
problem.
once and for all. So give me a minute. Let me
Yeah.
invite them.
Okay. Okay.
So they will join shortly. I'm just gonna pause this, then we'll continue when they come online. So we start with Anthony with your questions, okay?
Yeah, so I guess mine is like I'm still like, how do you know? Because like I've been following what you say do, and it still does not like get the same results. Like I think it's about to go one way based on the strategy, and it goes another way. Um, so I guess I'm not getting how do you know that it's about to go that certain way? You know,
Okay.
because it still reverses on me a lot and doesn't do what I think it's about to do.
Okay, understood. Johnson, are you there? Hello? Cece, are you there? Okay. So I think if you can hear me, can you say something? I need to hear your questions. So the first
Yes, I can
person
hear you.
was okay. So we are four on the call. The first person asked what time to trade. Okay. So basically, I was saying what you trade is the time to trade is dependent on the pair you're trading. Okay. So as we all know, we have four sections in the forex market. We have the London, we have the New York, and we have the Sydney, right? Okay.
Okay, sure. All right.
Now, if I'm trading AUD USD, I know that would be Tokyo and New York, right? So I would take out London and take out Sydney. So I'm trading New York and Tokyo session because Tokyo is when AUD should open and then New York session is when the USD market is open, right? So now you could see these are the sessions. So this whole part was during the Asian session. This whole part was during the USD section. This whole part was okay, I think I got confused there. Right, Tokyo, right? And this was USD. So this tells you what time to trade, and then all you need to do is look for your zones. And then you wait.
Wait, how do you get that on your chart?
Okay, oh yeah, this trading view. You could just take that to be depending on what you're using. If you're using the MT4, there are indicators for that. You could just get session open indicators, and they will tell you when the market opens. Okay, but for this, you could just go to indicator, and then you just type in session. Okay.
Oh.
So you could see this session on
cool.
chart. Okay. So this was,
yeah.
I covered this about timing. So if I was trading GBP USD, I'll be looking at the London session and the New York session because I'm dealing with GBP and USD, right?
Yes.
But I want you guys to focus mainly on AUD because for me, I think it's easier to trade and the zones are respected way more than other peers, okay? They do work on other
AUD?
peers. Yeah, AUD.
Australian dollar.
Yeah, Australian dollar USD. And if your time frame doesn't permit you to, you could also trade any pair you want. All you have to do is apply the same principle, okay? Okay, guys. So firstly, I was talking about taking the zones. Now we took one zone with the first guy, and we saw how it all played out. So I think, where was the zone? Okay, we took this zone here. Now remember I told you zone simply means supply or demand region, right? I think if you guys can do this, you should check this guy on YouTube, Sam Sidan, I think. I'll send a link to one of his videos. He talks a lot about zoning and then supply and demand and the rest. So you could see this right here. You could see this, right? So this was a very good zone. Now, I'm just taking this as one spot as an example. So we'll just study and see what happened from here. So you can see how it has been respected, right? So you can see this point respected here and here. Okay. And then here, right? I can see after it crossed, came back a retest during the US Open, up, right? And if you zoom in a little, you see this. So you could take this also. Now, the beautiful thing with TradingView is that you could take zoom and they will be there for long. Okay. So you take this. Now this zone is still respected. Even if we are not trading, you just leave it there. It will be respected in the future, even if it's 6 months from now. Okay. Now, let me show you what I did mine on AUD USD already, and this is what I have on my chart. You can see what I have on my chart. So you see I had a zone right here, and this was the reason why I took my trade on Friday, right? This is not the only reason, combined with sentiment. Remember I taught you guys about sentiment, going to daily FX for sentiment and the rest, and also you could also use TradingView to get your market sentiment.
Yes.
Okay, so basically there's a way you can use TradingView to get I talked to you guys about trading ideas, right, on TradingView.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You could just use that easily, because what we want to do is to trade against the 95% of losing traders, and it's easy to find them on TradingViews. And then we just don't find them. We also find their setups. Am I right?
Yes.
I haven't seen the setups.
Okay, let me show you something. So if you click on here, right? This is AUD USD. Ideas for AUD USD will come out here. So you could see ideas, right? You could see overview and ideas. So, and then there's a technical analysis aspect of that. Okay. So you can see what people have been doing. So when I checked my chart on Thursday, everybody was trying to sell the AUD USD, and I could see their levels. I could see where their stop loss was. Okay. I could see where their entry was. And you can see everybody's long right now. Everybody's going long, right? Everybody's long. You can see long, short, long, short. So all you have to do is check, okay, we have more long or more short. But you also check to see what this market sentiment is saying. We know our market sentiment is a buy, but we know if the market should open tomorrow is a Monday, right? And Mondays are not really a very good days to trade, because if it's going to be a buy, the market will try to form a low before going up. If it's going to be a sell, it's going to form a high. So a lot of people will be buying because they see the market going up, or there's a breakout, and then the market all of a sudden start selling, right? But you can see right here, everybody's trying to sell. And then if this isn't clear enough, you go to daily FX and check.
So question with that in mind.
Yeah. I can hear you. Hello.
So do you wait for a Tuesday before you trade?
Yeah, mostly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Do you wait for Tuesday? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I wait for. I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wait for Tuesdays mostly. I do. I wait for Tuesdays, unless if I'm on a trade from on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the things I check. Now going back to the chart, I have my zones here. So probably AUD might come back here, or it might just shoot up on Monday. I don't know, but I'll be expecting to trade either the Tokyo session or New York. So all I have to do is wait for those time and check if I could see a very perfect setup. So timing is very important, right? You have to make sure your timing and your zone corresponds, right? So you can see if you had entered this market here, it will still go up, but then there was no movement because it wasn't the US Open, sorry, the New York Open. But you can see after the New York Open, there was a reversal, and then the market picked up right from here, up. So you could catch easily 50 pips. And I covered daily ranges, I covered market sentiment, I covered trading ideas, I covered zones, right? I covered market timing, very important. And then what pair you're trading really matters, because if you're trading maybe gold usually moves during the New York Open, because gold is just gold and USD, right? So it's mostly during the US Open that the market moves. Okay, so you can see US. So let me just take out the Tokyo, because I'm only dealing with US if I'm trading gold. I could see all the major movement happen during the US Open, right? See here, right here, up, and then it sold. And easily you could also see what people are doing on gold, so you know what direction to trade, because the sentiment doesn't really work on gold, as most of the buyers on gold are long-term buyers. They're not buying for 1 day, 2 days, they are holding for years. Okay, so can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so any other questions? Because I hope you guys understand what I just explained.
Okay, so you're still checking the sentiment.
Yeah, I do.
And you're still like looking for reversals, basically.
Yeah, basically, and then timing and zones. But the reason why you get confused is because you need to cycle down to focusing on 2 pairs or a single pair. Reason being, with focus comes more, the market will open up to you, because once you're focused on a pair, you tend to understand that pair in depth, okay? Like, you know when it will move, you know what to expect, you know when news will come out. So it's easier to focus on 2 to 3 pairs, but if you're trading GBP USD, Euro USD, AUD JPY, you have so many pairs, and then you miss a lot of setups, because unless of course you have multiple screens, maybe 4 screens, and you're able to see all pairs at the same time, I wouldn't suggest trading with your phone or just your laptop and then focusing on all the pairs, because you definitely miss a lot of movement. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the next thing you need to combine is correlation. And
Bro,
I
can
think,
you show us the setting, please?
what?
Can you show us the sessions? Can you show us the session site settings, please?
There's no settings. I mean, you just, it's there already. It's, just set it to default, and it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just have to pick what pair you're trading and either tick or untick any session you're trading. Okay. So if I want to put in the Tokyo, I'll just take out the US, and then you see the Tokyo. Okay. So you can see the Tokyo was regionally consolidation. So it's that easy. So Anthony, any other questions? Hello?
No, I guess not. Not right now. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So back to
yeah,
correlation.
I took some notes, so I'll try it again.
Okay, so you got my point, right? So back to correlation. I'll be sending you guys some pairs. Since we are focusing on US AUD USD, the correlation pair for AUD USD are USD CAD for when USD is strong, and then Euro AUD for when AUD is strong, and then AUD JPY for also when you're buying. So there's a lot of factors, I know, but I'll write a short PDF explaining how they work. Does that work for you guys?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'll write a short PDF and then try and explain how they work. So, but I'm just going to try to explain this a little here. Let's see how it turns out. So we go to MT4, because we need to see our chart. We need to see a minimum of four charts to be able to explain this. But even without the correlation, you can easily trade this way, just by knowing when to trade, what time to trade, and what pair you're focusing on, and if there is news on that pair for the day. Okay. So USD CAD. Sorry guys, it's taking long. So we are here. So you could see AUD, Euro, AUD, and USD CAD. You could just ignore this GBP USD. So this is what you see. So you can see 15 minutes. So can you see this? You see there was a break at this level for AUD USD, just like I taught you guys on US 30 and JP 2500. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
We can
So
hear
you could see there was a break on this, and then for Euro AUD, there wasn't any break. So you could see this, there wasn't a break of this level. So this gave us another confirmation, right? And if you check USD CAD, same thing. There was a break also, but we're trading against USD. So AUD and USD CAD go in opposite direction. Euro AUD and AUD USD goes in opposite direction also. This is a bit complicated, but I think the best way to explain this is to write the PDF because it will be easier.
Okay.
Okay. So is there any other questions you guys want me to cover? And I'll send you the video on the supply and demand zone from Sam Sidan, I think. And I think
Yes.
he covers those aspects pretty well. And I think that will explain better to you guys.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So
Okay.
specifically for US 30,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so at say 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., could you expect a reversal in whatever it's been doing all night?
Yeah.
At which
So
time, 8 or 9?
it doesn't happen at an exact time. It might be 1 hour
No,
after
not exactly.
or
Right.
2 hours, but it has to be the open. So you could just say New York, and you could see.
Uh-huh.
If I zoom in, now you could just go to your chart and check this.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some of the movement happened immediately after the open. Some happens after 1 hour. So this was after 30 minutes, and you can see there was a sell. I think there was a news and then a pullback. So now you don't have to get greedy. Once you have zones like this, and your zones and they are occupied and price has gotten to that level, it's best to take out your profit, right? Because you're a day trader. You're not expecting 500 pips, depending on what you're trading, of course. If it's US 30, there are points depending on your broker, but you don't expect the market to move so much in just a single day. So you can see the zone, and then from the open, it was supposed to buy, but then it bought and then sold. So if you had your stop loss here, it will take you out. So this was a stop hunt, right? So you could also use this level to know where there will be a stop hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could see this also. Same thing. So it's like studying from a psychological standpoint, right? So if everybody was selling and expecting a sell, right? They all have their stop loss here, right? And it came to take them all out before shooting down. Am I right?
Yes.
So you could see this also here. What did it do? Same thing. Took out your stop loss and then came down. And this was Friday. So now, if you combine this information coupled with the US 30 strategy of your moving averages, which I still use, and of course the JP2500 for correlation, which I still use. So you can see the correlation. This was a buy. And then you can see this, what this was showing. There was a consolidation because there was zones. These zones had to be respected. Now there's a breakout of these zones. Remember I said the US 30 is heading to 32K?
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you just buy. I mean, you have to look for good entry. So you'll be focusing on looking for buys, but also expect pullbacks because the market has to correct itself before moving forward, okay? So you have to take that into perspective, knowing you're not the only trader, and then the market is designed to take money out of your pocket to the institutions, okay? So you want to know what everybody else is thinking so you could trade against them and trade with the institution, because all these were stop hunts, and not just stop hunts. Some people, let's say a few traders, breakout traders, felt this was a very good entry for a breakout. Am I right?
To go up, yeah, I would
Yeah,
say so.
everybody was expecting it to go up. Now, if everybody is expecting it to go up, that's the time to sell. I know it's kind of harder than I make it seem, but you can easily do that by just taking out these zones and trying to figure out what might happen. Like, are they going to take out people? Are they trying to take out people? Like, trying to see what everybody is doing on the US 30 by just going to the ideas, okay?
Okay.
So you go and you check the ideas, you try to see, are they selling, are they buying, where do they have their stop losses? And that will help you to determine where your entry should be, where your stop loss should be. So you can see everybody is still selling. See, this guy is selling, right? And his stop losses should be up here. This is on a daily time frame. And also try and check what time frame they're using, because this is 4 hours. And then this also 4 hours. 4 hours, right? This is 1 hour. So you can see where his stop loss is. His stop loss is right at the top. Same thing here. They're all short. They're all shorting US 30. And it's definitely gonna buy.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. So I have this on record. So I'll be uploading this to YouTube right away, and I'll send you guys the link.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this should help. But was this helpful? Well, I'd like to get your feedback. I mean, what do you think? Do you understand what I was trying to explain?
Yeah, I do. I just need to get good at it because it seems to, like I say, it seems to always reverse on me still. So, but one thing I had stopped doing was looking at the sentiment, the market sentiment.
Okay.
So, I'll get back on that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna upload this video right away, and I'll start working on the PDF for you guys, and I'll send it to the group.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. That'll be helpful.
Thank you very much. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Good
Thank
night.
you.
All right.
Good night. Love. Bye.